Food security and agro-processing seem to be trending now more, in addition to naturally being crucial to any nation. But there's a body that has been at it for roughly half a century in Trinidad and Tobago, and as such, we are happy to speak with Sharon Peart-Rose, Senior Food Technologist, and Aura Watson Bureau, who is the Senior Business Development Coordinator at the Center for Enterprise Development of Caribbean Industrial Research Institute. So, ladies, thank you very much. Good evening. And I want to start off with you, please, Sharon, in terms of giving us an overview. When was CARIRI established, and who does CARIRI serve?
Thank you so very much, DK, for having us. Thank you for allowing us this opportunity to share with your viewing audience what CARIRI is all about. CARIRI is 50 years old in 2020. And we have been at it all that time, serving various members of the local community, business, manufacturing, as well as food service, the oil and gas sector, etc. And we also serve regional members of CARICOM and the wider Caribbean islands as well. So we are not just a local body. Our services extend beyond the shores of Trinidad and Tobago into the wider Caribbean.
But Aura, and how do you answer the person who said, but I thought CARIRI was just involved in testing? What do you tell them?
That they are wrong, that CARIRI is involved in testing, but not just involved in testing. That CARIRI offers a wide range of services, and testing is only one facet of what we do. We do testing, yes, either at our labs, which we have a number of laboratories in our university, St. Augustine campus location, as well as our Macoya location. We also do consulting services in the various areas, as well as research and development. We do training, we do lots of training, especially in the food and beverage sector. We do a lot of training in waste and waste management sector. We do a lot of trainings even for other laboratories, locally and regionally. We train, we set up laboratories and so forth. We also have a business support arm, the arm that tells you and teaches you and guides you as you set up your business from the business side. And I'm sure Aura will be able to speak more about that, because the arm of CARIRI, the location that she resides, which is our Center for Enterprise Development in Freeport, that is the arm that really handles our business support services. We also do contract processing, where small processors, microprocessors, can use our pilot plant facilities to produce their own products. And for commercial sale, we do ICT services, website design, mobile apps. And we do those services not just for entrepreneurs, but also we partner with the Ministry of Education, and we did a number of school-related ICT services for Trinidad. We do innovation services. So we have an idea advisory service. And if you have something new, something novel, something innovative, we can partner with you. We can help you flesh out to evaluate your idea, its feasibility, to see how you can commercialize it, and to assist you along that path. So we do that as well. And finally, we also do business incubation and hatchery services. So you have an idea, you enter our incubator, you develop your idea into a prototype service or product, and then we give you tools and assistance in hatching that idea into something that is viable, that is feasible, and that is revenue earning. At CARIRI, we also have our calibration laboratories. I should not forget them. And though that is a lab, it is not necessarily a testing lab. It keeps your testing equipment up to standard to ensure you're getting the correct results. So we have a lot of different services that I'm sure people are not aware of. Testing is only one part of what we do. Significant that it is only one part.
And we want to speak of some of those other things that you do, but Aura, I want to include you in the discussion, please. In terms of being business development, and Sharon already touched on the hatchery and incubator, or the incubator and hatchery. But if I am, as an individual, I have some sort of idea, I may already be doing it on a cottage industry level. So say, okay, dehydrating breadfruit, and I want to add some value to that. How can I contact you, and what is this step between moving from just a cottage industry to something that is a great deal more formalized, so I can even start to look further afield than just my community?
So thank you again, DK, for the opportunity to chat with you this evening. And with regards to what you just described, there are two opportunities there. So you talked about persons having ideas, and then you talked about persons, cottage industry type individuals. So let's start with the idea. So currently we have a program, the Idea Advisory Service Program, and right now we have one entitled Bridging the Gap to Commercial Innovation. And this is a program we have in collaboration with the IDB, and it's a 3-year program due to culminate next year, 2021. And what that is, I mean, that really speaks to, as you rightly said, persons with ideas. We have a lot of innovators and ideators within our country. And this program hopes to harness that innovative capacity and potential of our citizens. The program offers an opportunity for persons to bring those ideas, things that they thought, probably might not have come to anything, but bring those ideas to us. And we, as we say, help you bring those ideas to reality. It's from concept to commercialization. So what's involved in how can someone access this? I mean, what you can do is anybody can simply apply. It's a free program to citizens. You apply online, and that can be done at our website, www.cedcariri.com/IAS. And there you'll find a simple application form that could take you no more than, say, 5 minutes. And really you fill that out, submit it. And once it's successfully submitted and received by us, all applications, DK, are acknowledged. Each person, though, has to go through a screening process, just to assess whether or not you're eligible for the program or not. And it's as simple as that. You go to our website, our IAS program for those persons with ideas, and you submit it online again at that email address, www.cedcariri.com/IAS. Or if you need further information, you can call us via the telephone. Our numbers are 299-0209, and you can speak to any one of our IAS agents who would be happy to help you with any more information with regards to that. You talked about the cottage type industry. So we also have another program called the Business Hatchery Program. And that program really is targeted to startups and early stage entrepreneurs, as you would call it, cottage type industries, although we could have larger size organizations in cottage style industries. And this program, the Business Hatchery Program, is really available to help you to test the market viability of your offering. And whether or not it's a product, a service, a technological solution, we're available to everyone. That particular type of program, DK, however, is a 3-month program. Again, applications can be done online, but we also have an informational session that we have where we recruit persons for the next cohort. It's a 3-month program, so each batch is called a cohort. Actually, we're completing a cohort right now as we speak. That cohort should end the latter part of August. So our next cohort starts in September. It's due to start in September, all things permitted, COVID permitted. And so what persons do is at the informational session, we call it a launch it session, and we have one was carded today, Thursday at 1:30. But generally, all our access is via online and via our Facebook pages and via our Instagram pages. Our Instagram page is CARIRI_TT, and our Facebook page is CARIRI, the Caribbean Industrial Research Institute. And at both pages, You are able to access our programs. You're able to apply online for our programs. And you also have contact numbers for the program. In the case of the Business Hatchery program, the number for that, because I gave you the number before for the agent for the IAS program, for the Business Hatchery program, our numbers again are 299-0209, and our extension there is 2208 or 2212, and any one of our Business Hatchery team members would be happy to chat with you about the Business Hatchery program.
And
so
we'll
just
continue
to clarify there, for the idea side of things, DK, we have our Idea Advisory Service Program. That is an easy online access and an online application form that you submit. And then we have our Business Hatchery Program for the startups, the cottage type industry, as you were talking about. That program is for them, and they can also access it online and get information via our website or online pages or social media pages, as we see, as well as our telephone numbers, as I previously made available.
And we will continue this conversation momentarily. We're speaking with Aura Watson-Bureau and Sharon Piet-Rose, both of CARIRI. Lots of information, and we're very glad to be able to share it with you right here. Stay with us. Welcome back. We are speaking with Sharon Piet-Rose and Aura Watson-Bureau of CARIRI. A great deal of information being shared with us this evening. Now, Sharon, I want to get you back into the conversation, please, because you spoke about having regional connections. So please, one, I want to know some of those regional partnerships that CARIRI has, in addition to some of the occasions where CARIRI has been able to offer assistance to some of our regional brothers and sisters.
Okay, thanks, DK. One of the entities that CARIRI, especially in our food technology unit, that we work very closely with would be Caribbean Development Bank. This is a bank through which, an organization through which the EU sends their funding for member states, and Trinidad is one of those member states along with other Caribbean countries. So over the last 50 years, CARIRI has partnered greatly with CDB, and we have had entrepreneurs, food and beverage entrepreneurs from countries St. Kitts, from St. Vincent, from Grenada, from Dominica. They come here to CARIRI and they spend 2 weeks, sometimes longer, in attachment for a project. And we teach them how to make different types of food on a commercial scale. So they will come with their, sometimes they just come with their ideas, and we turn that into commercially viable products for them. Conversely, we have done a number of projects in the islands for CDB. And one of the things that we do for them is we go to the various islands and we work with their food processors as well as their food service providers. So we have done this again in Grenada. We have gone to Guyana, we have gone to Dominica, we have gone to St. Kitts and Nevis, we have gone to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And what we have done is we have worked with them to help them bring their food standards and their facility standards up to the grade that allows them to, one, produce food safely, two, produce quality food and beverage, and three, to be able to export and meet the demands of the export market. Another entity that serves the regional markets that we work with is the IDB. And the IDB had us, we did 2 major projects for them actually, where they funded the risk assessment within St. Vincent and the Grenadines, within Dominica, and within Grenada, as well as Tobago. And this was divided into 2 different projects. And what we had to do was to evaluate the risk presented by the food processors in those islands and the food service providers, their restaurants, their caterers, their vendors, and to evaluate their food safety risk, to quantify it actually, to put a number to it, and the areas where they had the most risk, and then to work with them in order to eliminate or reduce the risks that were present. Out of that project came videos that they use for training. So CARIRI created videos that could be used for training that had that island feel, that element where people could see themselves in the video rather than using North American training food safety videos. CARIRI created food safety videos that were unique to Tobago, unique to Dominica and St. Vincent and Grenada, and allowed the food processors and food service providers there to see themselves and to address their issues with that island flavor.
Now, I want to see how we can access those videos in terms of those specific training videos. But with 4 minutes more, I have 2 questions to throw to Aura. And it seems as though I keep giving you pointed questions. One is, if there is a collective, because we've recently interviewed a collective that is having a fundraising event, they know exactly what material they want to buy, what tools, what instruments, and I'm wondering whether or not there's a way that CARIRI can facilitate, because I see you speaking about interacting with CDB. That is one. Also, the fact that people have their ideas and information is very important. Is there anything in place that CARIRI is put in place that confidentiality is taken very heavily into consideration? And I'll ask you that. Thanks, Aura.
Okay, so I'll handle the second question first, DK, and Sharon could possibly speak to the one with regards to the CDB. So with regards to confidentiality, CARIRI prides ourselves in maintaining and upholding client confidentiality. For the IAS project that I spoke about, once someone has been accepted into the program, at the start, before anything is discussed, anything is shared, as in from a point of detailed information, all clients, participants are required to sign NDA, non-disclosure agreements with us. And just to elaborate, those NDAs cover both institute and client, and it binds us with regards to the CARIRI Institute from disclosing any information about any client to any person outside of the CARIRI family, sometimes not even outside of the department that I talk about. So as it relates to client confidentiality, all our engagement with these clients under the IDEA advisory service, we sign non-disclosure agreements with our clients to cover that aspect, because client confidentiality is a big thing for CARIRI, and we maintain and hold ourselves in high esteem as being a confidential institution.
Thank you so much. And I can imagine somebody's trying to commercially produce Granny's good recipe. They won't want to sell out the secret. But Sharon, I ask you for your answer with regard to being able to facilitate that kind of communication between CDB and some individuals who know exactly what they want.
Yes, definitely. One of the things that we do in our department, particularly because we deal so heavily with the food and beverage sector, is that we are informed when grant funding or low interest funding or other types of specialized funding is available. And right now there are a number of funds available. So what we have actually been doing is we have been sending out emails. I spent most of the morning just sending out emails to people who have been part of our system, part of our programs, who we are aware of or familiar with, who can benefit from the funding, tell them how to apply, send them the necessary websites. We sometimes handhold them through the application process. We can speak to, if we have contacts in some of the institutions, we do, not all, but some. So we can sometimes call and speak on their behalf to get more information for them, because sometimes clients don't know exactly what to ask for, and we can provide that technical input.
And we will be asking you to provide more of that input. We'll be asking you to provide more of that input definitely in another conversation, because I think we just scratched the surface, but at the same time, our time is over. So time flies when you're having fun and you're getting good information. So we want to thank you very much, ladies. Sharon Piet-Rose, as well as Aura Watson-Bureau, both of CARIRI. And hopefully this is just the first conversation of many to come. But we want to thank you as well on behalf of our entire news team. I'm DK Roster. Thank you for joining us, and good night.